Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers, before I start my khutbah, I shall introduce our doctor, our beloved uncle. I shall be requesting him, Dr. Farrukh Hussain, to talk about physical and mental health benefits of fasting for a few minutes, inshallah. So, doctor, could you please come, please? So Dr. Farrukh Hussain, for a few minutes, he will be talking about the physical and mental health benefit of fasting, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Imam Isa Hanjan, my brothers and sisters in Islam. I'm very grateful to you for giving me a few minutes out of your precious time today before we approach the holy month of Ramadan. As far as the religious benefits are concerned, as far as the spiritual benefits are concerned, I am a Jahil Mutlik in this matter, but with our Imam's presence and other gentlemen here who know more about me, I will just stick to the theme. Are there any physical health benefits? Are there any mental health benefits? You know them already. It's not only a revision for you, but it is mostly for our teenage children. A young girl, a teenager going to her school, saying the other girls, what's wrong with having a sip of water? Allah hasn't stopped you from drinking water. Or the boys saying, have a fag. What's wrong with smoking in Ramadan? Things like that. So, the most common illnesses, which are physical and mental, I'm going to talk a little bit about them, and I will leave the rest to our Sheikh to give us more elaborate details about the month of Ramadan. Fasting in Ramadan is mentioned in Quran chapter 2, verse 183 to 185, and in chapter 2, 187, chapter 2 for verse 187, it says, "O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for people before you, that you may attain taqwa." Now, who are the people before us, before Islam came into the world, before Prophet Muhammad was born? To begin with, the monotheist religion was Jews, Yehudi. And yes, is there fasting in Jews? Yes, they do fast, but they only fast on a few days. For example, they fast on Yom Kippur, which is the day of atonement, and when they are mourning, when somebody dies, in repentance, fasting is mentioned in the book Torah. You can see the English translation. Coming quickly to Christianity, yes, there is fasting in Christianity. During the period of Lent, during April we have Good Friday, during April we have Easter, and this involves a period, Ash Friday, Ash Wednesday. It involves abstaining from meat and giving up certain other dishes. We the Muslims have a continuous fast during the month of Ramadan. It's not giving up just one piece of food, or giving up one particular thing we love. It is complete fasting from dawn to dusk. There are three types of people in this room, and the room above where the sisters are listening, who observe fasting. The first type is the mouth is zipped. From dawn to dusk, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. That is type 1. The advanced level, number 2, people who keep away from sins such as not giving passionate glances to anybody, avoiding tongue talk, biting, backbiting, no evil to hear with the ears, nothing bad thoughts. The pious believe they should pray and also remember Allah. Then the third type, which is very important, are individuals who not only have absence of thoughts of all the worldly goods and worldly affairs, but the zikr of Allah in their heart and in their mind. They have no other thought but that to achieve that rutbah, to achieve that level, you have got to be a saint, or if you're a woman, Rabia Basri, or if you are a prophet, then that is the thought. When anything beyond the thought of Allah takes us away from fasting. As far as fasting is concerned, there are some benefits which we know already, such as addictions. Addiction could be cigarettes, could be drinking, could be gambling, could be watching social media on your mobile phone, could be addiction to TV, anything at all. If you can avoid smoking for 12 hours a day, you can tell yourself you have achieved something and you can avoid it another 12 hours. And if you do it over 29 days, 30 days, you have achieved your goal. Fasting not only gives a sense of cohesion to the community, it gives cooperation and joy in being with one another. Let us talk about what is the commonest problems in the West and even amongst us, which is obesity, overweight, gaining weight. So to begin with, fasting can reduce caloric intake, improve our eating patterns. Fasting gives us control over our eating habits, and hence the sports weight loss. Weight loss is a very big industry in which there are so many medicines. Nowadays there are injections which your GPs can prescribe. Also there is an operation in which they tie the part of the stomach, so your food intake is automatically less. Instead of doing all that, and what the recent things is the advocation on TV and programs and newspapers and magazines. There are magazines specifically on weight loss, and they talk about intermittent fasting. If only somebody could tell them, follow the example of Muslim fasting and you will be all right. What else is the other common illness? Blood pressure. Fasting, it has been known to reduce the blood pressure. It also, the other common disease is diabetes. It is of two types. Number one, with which we start very early in young age. Number two, in middle age, due to weight gain, due to obesity with the insulin shortage, pancreas stop working, and the diabetes produces various side effects affecting the eyes, the kidneys, the legs, everything. It's the mother of all illnesses. Now there must be some cautions here, or precautions rather. Those who are long-acting medication called SR, slow release, they can still carry on with their medication, metformin, or whatever you're using. Morning time, evening time, nothing will happen. In fact, the pre-diabetics get gain and benefit by fasting. The sugar level goes low, the insulin works better. Because why? Of detoxification. The toxins in the body which accumulate very quickly due to binge eating, due to overeating, due to eating crisps, chocolates, whatever you can come in your hand. There is morning tea, there is afternoon tea, there is all sorts of eating. So that gives us control over our eating habits. And if you can control your eating habits, you learn how to control your other things, such as your instincts, such as your bad thoughts, such as your feelings, which are not appropriate. Besides detoxification, let us talk a little bit about the other common illness which we have frequently seen, which is heart attack. What happens is it's related to not only being overweight, but also to cholesterol. The cholesterol level rises. The normal figure is 4. If it rises, it clogs the coronary arteries in the heart. It clogs other arteries, and people end up having angina, which is chest pain, in which the pain goes to the arm, usually left, into the neck, and you end up either dying or being permanently damaged or going for stunts, for surgical procedures. So that is another thing. I was telling you about gut health in fasting. That is the digestive system. Fasting gives digestive system a rest, a beautiful rest. You are not neglecting anything. You are still taking a very healthy nourishment in the beginning of the fast and also at the breaking of the fast. But as long as you don't let yourself dehydrated, because dehydration can affect the kidneys. So instead of eating samosas and pakoras in the morning, it's better to have some watery fruits such as melon, such as grapefruit, such as oranges, satsumas, anything grapes with water contents. Because if you drink water, it gets very quickly absorbed in the stomach and very quickly goes to the bladder and out in the urine. But if there is something mixed in it, even tea or coffee or whatever, it lasts longer in the body and you won't feel the fatigue, you won't feel the dehydration. Next we come to reducing oxidative stress. In oxidative stress, which is linked to the aging process and various other diseases. Not only that, we get boost in our immunity. Immunity is again when the body rebels against its own elements, and not only that, it helps, fasting helps with cell regeneration, because fasting can promote autophagy, which is a process in which cells which are damaged can be repaired, and the components and the chronic diseases are very less or within manageable. Next we come to another 3 minutes on mental benefits. The common diseases in mental illness are anxiety, depression, in the old age Alzheimer's, loss of memory. So the best thing would be that in fasting, it improves the mood and emotional well-being because of the stability and happiness. There are hormones called serotonin and dopamine, they get stabilized. It reduces stress and anxiety. Anxiety is due to a hormone called cortisol, which increases, but with fasting it decreases. And then we come to depression, which is a serious disease. There are two types. One is reactive depression, which is related to loss of money, loss of prestige, loss of a beloved one, loss of a relative, loss of a friend. But the other is endogenous depression. You just feel low, nihilistic mood, nothing seems good. That should not be taken lightly, because the side effect is suicide, which is haram in Islam. So you can see the benefits that with the serotonin levels raised, it automatically helps depression. We are a Prozac nation, the whole of West. So instead of that, just practice fasting, and may Allah accept your fasting during the holy month coming as from tomorrow, and may Allah give you all the blessings. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you, Sheikh. Sorry taking your time. Your very precious time.